Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to share our findings thus far from the investigations at the Westlite Woodlands dormitory, as well as the enhanced measures that were put in place to manage the situation. On the 20th of April, a migrant worker living in the Westlite Woodlands dormitory was tested positive for COVID-19. And this is part of the rostered routine testing, the RRT. And he was confirmed to be infected with the virus. Investigations on the possible source of the infection itself is ongoing. And MOM, Ministry of Manpower's ACE group, as well as the Ministry of Health, immediately made 3 key moves to quickly isolate, to detect and also contain the infections. First, we isolated around 30 of his close contacts within the dormitory as well as his workplace and placed all of them on quarantine. One of the close contacts, the roommate of the index case, was found to be COVID-19 positive at a dedicated quarantine facility. Second, as a precautionary measure, we conducted a special testing operation at the dormitory, and around about 1,200 workers were tested and placed under quarantine. Through the special testing operations, 17 workers previously assessed to be recovered tested positive for COVID-19. We immediately isolated these workers and we conveyed them to the NCID to investigate for possible reinfection. Clinical investigation is ongoing, and NCID will need more time to establish if these are prolonged shedding from old infections or they are indeed reinfection cases. Third, to prevent and contain the possible spread of infection in the dormitory, we imposed quarantine orders on workers at the affected block and widened the extent of the special testing operations to the entire dormitory and restricted movements out of the dormitory until testing results are out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, given the global backdrop of new variants of the virus and a worsening situation in the region, we will be tightening public health measures relating to migrant workers with immediate effect on 2 fronts. First, our border measures, and secondly, our surveillance measures. For border measures, all newly arrived migrant workers from higher risk countries, including those with positive serology results, will have to undergo a 14-day stay-home notice at a dedicated facility. They have to complete the 14 days SHN and clear their COVID-19 tests before they undergo onboarding at the Migrant Workers Onboarding Center, or MWOC, for further monitoring. They will also have to clear a PCR test before they exit the MWOC. For surveillance measures, all newly arrived migrant workers, including those with a positive serology result, will be enrolled as well onto RRT every 14 days after they have completed the stay-home notice and their stay at the onboarding center. Now, MOH and MOM have always closely monitored the situation for recovered workers. The latest scientific evidence from the cohort of recovered persons in Singapore nearing 1 year from the date of infection suggests a possible gradual decrease in their antibody levels. Although this is just one indicator of immunity, given the new variants of the virus emerging, the risk of breakthrough immune protection could have increased. Therefore, as an added measure, MOH and MOM will revise the testing regime for all recovered workers. From 29th of April, 2 groups of workers living in Singapore will be enrolled back into RRT once they cross the 270-day mark, or 9 months, from the date of their past COVID-19 infection. All recovered workers currently living in the dormitories and workers in the construction, marine, and process, or CMP sector. Both MOH and MOM have decided to take this step after jointly reviewing the testing regime, and this is in consultation with infectious disease specialists. With these additional precautions, we will be casting the net wider, allowing us to intervene more quickly and stepping up measures to contain any detected infections. These re-emergences of cases in the dormitory remind us of the need to stay vigilant. We seek the cooperation of migrant workers, of employers, and dormitory operators to continue to work with us and to safeguard the lives and protect the livelihoods of our migrant workers.